To be or not to be? For that is the question. Will we see some big news from Hytale this convention season? With 3 new postcards, a bunch of new mobs, and tons of Easter eggs to break down as always, let's get into the news for this week. Welcome back to Kweebec Corner. My name is Connor, and today on Hytale News Updates, we cover new in-game images including 3 never-before-seen mobs, and theorize about a mysterious void-invaded biome. We cover the leaked Hytale login page, then following that some Twitter highlights and community fan art. I struggle with setting up multiplayer servers due to all the messiness and hardware stress, but with just one virtual private server from Server Pro, I can easily host a bunch of my favorite games. Simply by choosing my package, the location, and using a one-click installer, my game is ready to play. They offer powerful servers not just for Minecraft, but popular titles like Rust, Among Us, Valheim, and Gmod, which are now all available too. Each VPS comes with DDoS protection, so you and your friends can safely enjoy the games you love the right way. And if you have any issues, their dedicated support team is there to solve them. For more info, head to the link in the description below and click the VPS tab. Back to the video. Straight to the postcards, spirits of elemental earth are protective of the magic-rich environments in which they form. Here, it's pretty obvious that we're in Zone 1, the Emerald Grove. How fitting, because this image is filled with green. We're introduced to 2 new mobs, one a giant floating brown creature with a central green eye, and to the right, a sleeping earth golem by the crystals. It's an interesting choice of mobs to showcase for sure. They are described as spirits of the elemental earth, formed in a magic-rich environment, suggesting they're perhaps supernatural, ethereal, or undead. Some connection to either Gaia or Orbis itself allows them sentience, and they choose to do right by their homeland, protecting and patrolling the area. Funnily enough, we may have already seen both of these mobs before, but in a bit of a different form. The floating creature doesn't look too dissimilar from a Void Eye, and we met a corrupted version of the golem long ago in the trailer, seen standing in the Garden of Elements, suggesting these spirits may have a bigger part to play in the grand story. Now, we've seen this structure a few times before. These are the elemental circles, one of which is guaranteed to spawn in every zone, harboring a type of crystal or gemstone that emanates a particular elemental energy or magic. We've seen these crystals in Zone 1, 2, 3, and 4 so far, and the rings themselves certainly look to be a bit more of a challenge if they're protected. The golem seems to have crystals growing out of its body, likely because it's been there for a very long time, just waiting for the first visitor to stumble into its radius. Are these creatures hostile? Are they going to judge the worthiness of our player? Maybe these creatures are being formed from the crystal itself and are on our side. The surrounding pillars seem to contain more of this emerald treasure, and there's even 4 secret mobs in this image that you may not have even caught. There's a little mouse right here, a birdie bird way over there in the distance, and a Kweebec with a cute rabbit pet. This is actually our first confirmation in-game that these 2 mobs are fond of one another. We've had concepts and suggestions, but never really some solid evidence. Together we will unite, like this video for the Kweebec and Rabbit Alliance. 2 sturdy armadillos take shelter in a secluded spot. A bit more of a simple image follows next. Just as described, these armadillos are another new mob and look quite large to say the least. They have beaver-like faces and almost resemble glyptodons, or perhaps an extinct race of larger armadillo. We've seen saber-tooths and dinosaurs, even yetis, so Hypixel Studios is certainly not scared of drawing from prehistory or fantasy elements. I really like the cool prehistoric theme we've seen with some of the mobs. While the description says they are secluded, one of these armadillos is exhibiting a rolling mechanic. No doubt this will pack a punch and be used in self-defense when something approaches these creatures. Maybe they will use this mechanic to flee, or maybe they just enjoy rolling for fun. Not much else to see here other than a few more Zone 2 blocks and terrain with some ores in the background, but very cool nonetheless. Next up, an unfamiliar element threatens the natural balance of the forest. This image, potentially in Zone 3 by the looks of the trees, showcases how the element of Void, Varen's element, has begun to corrupt the world at large. We've seen many instances of this already, tangled purple vines, glowing fungi, or skulls of some kind. And in this image, it seems there's more than a few spots where we can see this purple seeping through. In my opinion, this image sets a wonderfully hostile atmosphere. There's a sense of eeriness, this thick, musky fog, some distant ruins and silhouettes. It suggests that something happened here long ago, that there are whispers of a once-told tale. Perhaps there is still something happening here, but unseen to us. Speaking of the ruins, we've seen these specific ones before. In fact, this whole biome is potentially near where Zone 3's hostile race of humans, the Outlanders, spawn. With a little Photoshop, their flags can be made out in the background of this image. This whole area may even be the location of some old battle or war linking to the lore of the world, now slipping into decay and despair. Could these be locations where the Outlanders are trying to spread the void element? Could they be summoning it themselves? Or is this whole threat much bigger than humans? These glowing purple plants we see down below seem to be characteristic of either this biome or the void spreading. There's a strange red crystal atop the tree, although some have theorized it was a mutated pinecone. I actually don't know what to make of this. I feel like this is the first Hytale butt video, like Hytale butt ores grow on the trees or something. Man, that'd be a banger. And yeah, just again, take in the whole atmosphere of this image. That's what this one's about. The lighting, the fog, the depth of field blurring. Altogether, it makes for a beautifully ominous shot. And this is just one screenshot of the game. Now, it's no surprise that under ordinary circumstances, we'd be entering convention season by this point in the year. As summer begins, events across the world open their doors to gamers, developers, and creators of all types. New titles are showcased, retro machines are lined up, and attendees visit booths, panels, and esports live shows all across the weekend. It's no surprise that the Hytale community's eyes have shifted toward conventions like E3, which see the regular reveals of new trailers and game announcements to speculate on the possibility of bigger news. While this year's digital E3 is definitely a good contender, many figure that Hypixel Studios, or even represented by Riot themselves, could hold a presence at a smaller event. And just as everyone was thinking that, along came the Summer Game Fest with a partner list that made us all excited once again. Summer Games Fest will be a streamed event with over 30 huge publishers showcasing upcoming games, sneak peeks, and teasers. They've promised surprises and world premieres for huge upcoming titles. Riot Games are confirmed to be in attendance. Of course, they have many games that they could announce, many updates they could be making, and Summer Games Fest is a relatively new event. It's hard to go off its history because it was only started last year due to E3's cancellation. While Riot Games' appearance could be to announce any number of titles, maybe, just maybe, we could catch a glimpse of Hytale on June the 10th. In other event news, the UK-based Insomnia Gaming Festival has been promised a comeback. Noxie, the CEO of Hypixel Studios, used to work in managing talent and YouTubers for the event. Many other Hytale team members are also regular attendees, and the whole Minecraft community really benefited from this convention. So with news of a potential Insomnia by the end of 2021, could we see Hytale appear there in some degree too? In my opinion, it's likely not going to be this year just because of how much setup would need to go into that, but I would definitely expect it appearing at an event in 2022. Last month, I made a video getting the attention of a few Twitch streamers and reminding them that Hytale existed. One creator I missed out of that video who seemingly is very excited for Hytale was Tubbo, who apparently even has a desktop background of Hytale. It seems pretty much everyone is eagerly awaiting on that Hytale hype vibe. Agent K, a services developer for the team, has actually been hard at work on some sort of login page, which was leaked when discovered by members of the community and the Reddit. Uncovering a few subdomains and hidden addresses, we can see the ability to enter a username and password. Nothing else really works, but at least we get to see something. It's definitely legit too, as far as the community can tell. So could this mean something exciting for the future? Maybe Agent K was just making some tweaks. And what would having a login page that allows you to connect various social medias mean for Hytale? We've got the likes of Discord and Gmail. Could this suggest a free-to-play model? The ability to convert friend lists, integrate servers? There's many possibilities here, sure, but because it's a leak, I'm going to respect Hypixel Studios here and leave it at that. Just a small tidbit, but it seems I missed an older team avatar when covering them last year. Mary, a producer for the game, actually had this image for a short time showcasing a lovely dress and flower crown headpiece. Some may have saw a rather specific job go out for Hypixel Studios focusing on NPCs in the last couple of weeks. While this is super interesting in of itself, I was actually more curious to see a product leader from Microsoft commenting on the post, "Sounds fun, designing NPCs? How cool is that?" There's nothing really bizarre about this, as industry peers always comment and update themselves on each other's movements, but I just thought it was important to note. People at Microsoft clearly haven't forgot about this game, neither should you. If you're new to Hytale, the channel, the community, then the best place to start in getting caught up would be my 50 things you need to know about Hytale video, even if you're a long-time fan of the game but just need a little refresher. It was a collaboration between me and Canadian Flash, who also has a whole 50 other things too, that'll definitely bring you up to speed. Finally, it's time to showcase some amazing community art that I didn't get a chance to spotlight last time. There's also loads of new pieces that came in, every artist's Twitter handle is listed, so make sure to follow them, show support, and use the hashtag HytaleFanArt when you post. Your art always keeps me smiling, and probably many members on the team too. Hopefully now some of you artists are maybe feeling inspired. You can join the community by clicking the link to the Discord server in the description. Visit kweekwee.com for 50k merch, use code Gordon at checkout, they could be gone soon if Hytale drops big news. Continue smiling, thank you for liking, subscribing, and thanks as always for watching Kweebec Corner. Stay safe and keep free.